Thank you, Leah. All right, y'all. Let me do a welcome, y'all. I want to welcome y'all, man. This is our onboarding call for our 5-day mentorship coming up. The 5-day mentorship is January 19th to the 23rd. We are getting 2026 off the right way. That means you got to show up because I could do the meetings, but if you don't show up, it ain't gonna do nothing for you, big baby. So I need y'all to show up. So if you watching this recording, if you hear live, I need y'all to make sure you put it in your calendars. Tell your kids, tell your husband, your wife, your little boo thing that from the 19th to the 23rd, you're focused. Okay. We know the hookah, the tequila, the all the wine is gonna be there. But for 5 days, we tapped in with JD. Right. So what I'm looking to do, y'all, is today and over the next 2 weeks, leading up to the start of the 5-day mentorship, I'm going to be doing onboarding calls, give you guys some game and some information. So by the time we get to the 5-day mentorship, you have everything you need. During the 5 days, I will not be able to cover everything. It's just impossible, right? So much information. So you're going to have this meeting, and I think I'm going to do one or two more. We're going to make sure we get y'all right. And then when we get to that 5-day mentorship, it's time to take off. All right. So before I did this introduction, because I hit record, I had to do an introduction. I wanted to give people the secret to making a lot of money, and then I'm going to go ahead and share some slides with y'all in a few minutes, right? So here's the secret. Everybody, if you haven't did it yet, I want you to write it down. The secret is you need to scale up fast. This means get as many Airbnbs as you can as fast as you can. Now, your fast is not other people's fast, okay? Somebody else's fast may be they got 5 units in 3 weeks. Yours may be you got 5 units in 3 months. Just do it as fast as you can. What you don't want to do is you just do not want to procrastinate. Okay. You don't want to be the person that maybe you watched the videos, you jumped onto the calls, you attended the 5-day mentorship, you know what you need, you probably have the money or you have the credit, so you're able to get it. But the only reason you didn't go get it is because you're letting fear stop you. Okay. So I know it can be nerve-wracking. I know for some of you, you've never done this before. I know for some of you, it's going to cross your mind. You're going to say, well, what if I get an Airbnb and I don't get booked and I don't have to cover the rent out of my pocket? We know these things happen. Okay. Fears are designed to stop you. But it's not real. Okay. It's not real. It's like putting a boogeyman in a closet that doesn't exist. Okay. Just get past the fear and just start, family. Just start. Okay, because when you start and you go get these units, you're going to become unstoppable. When you go get one, I'm telling you, you're going to keep going. But you got to be willing to scale up fast. Okay, that means get as many units as you can as fast as you can. JD, why do I have to scale up fast? Because if I'm being, can I keep it real? Drop fam in the chat. If I could just keep it real with y'all, drop fam in the chat. I like to keep it real. This, y'all gonna always get the real JD, and I'm always tell you the truth and tell you the truth. Okay, and tell you the real deal. So the truth is, one Airbnb is not going to change your life. Okay. Now, would it add value to your life? Absolutely. If you get an Airbnb and you're bringing in $900 a month, will it help you? Yes. If you got one Airbnb and it's bringing you in $1,400 a month, will it help you? Yes. But ain't none of y'all, I hope not, going to go into your job talking about, well, I got one Airbnb, I'm making $1,400 a month. I quit. Hey, boss, I got an eye problem. What you mean you got an eye problem? I can't see myself working here anymore. I'm out making $1,400. Don't do that. That ain't. So it's cool, but it ain't gonna change your life. You go get four, five, six Airbnbs. You're bringing in six, $7,000 a month. Now you can start talking different when you walk into your job. Hey, why are you late? Who asked? Why do you ask me? Now you can start talking a little different, right? You start making eight, $9,000 a month from your couch. You start showing up late for no reason to your job. But here's how you do that. You want to take the money that you make with Airbnb, and instead of being so fast to go spend some of the profits, just let the profits stack up and go get more units. Scale up fast. Get as many units as you can as fast as you can, because then your income starts to compound. That means at some point, right, you will go from, let's say, making an $800 a month, and then it'll go from 800 to like 2,700, to like 5,900. It's like it's multiplication versus addition. Okay. So that's how you do it. All right, let's take one more. Let's take Danielle. Now I'm gonna drop some game of y'all. I'm gonna do some Q&A, then we're gonna wrap it up. All right. What's up, Danielle Hughes in the house?
What happened? Like,
None.
what
None.
happened? I said, "Hey fam, how y'all doing?"
Great,
I
great.
am really, really excited. My whole goal is to for 2026 is not to give up on me. You said something a second ago that was like it might have been simple to somebody else, but it was like real. Fear is not real because that entrepreneurship, like that spirit, I know that I possess that. It's been like, I've known that for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying about owning my own business, having my own business, and things of that sort. And God has always shown me different things, and I will let fear talk me out.
Mm,
And my goal is to become financially free, because that punching another man's clock, building somebody else's dream, that's dead. And it is to trust me, trust the God in me, to keep going and to stay consistent, and to trust. You know how you say take your hand off the wheel?
yep.
Well, if I gotta trust you to show me the way, that means I gotta take my hand off the wheel.
Come on now.
You get what I'm saying? So like totally like trust that God sent you to me and sent me to you, and take my hand off the wheel and like go all in, staying focused, and not, if it get hard, like not to back down and let the devil talk me out of what is my God-given right. Because wealth is our God-given right. That's
Mm,
what you're
mm,
doing. And you reaching back and sowing into the kingdom. That's our God-given right. He didn't want us to be poor. He didn't want us to be, we got that whole misconception. So my goal is to stay focused, stay consistent, and to trust what you're saying to get me to the other side, even if it seems like hard, even if it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Even if I can't see what the next dot is, but I'm trusting that you're gonna show me what the next dot is. Yeah, that's my
Come
goal.
on. Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, you up here. We about to call you Coach Danielle.
Hey, I'm jumping on the scene.
Come
I'm,
on
I'm
now.
Nella. I'm jumping on the scene. Y'all pull me in. I'm soaking up everything that I was just in ATL the weekend for a day. I'm soaking up everything y'all got. I'm coming
Hey,
in. I'm on the scene.
hey, I love that. Shout out to you. And that's right, man. Everybody, let me tell y'all what fear is, okay? Fear is a self-imposed prison that will keep you from becoming what God intended you to be. I'm gonna say it again. Fear, hold on. Let me just try and post this. Fear is a self-imposed prison that will keep you from becoming what God intended you to be. Let's break that down. Fear is self imposed. This means this is something that you impose on yourself. Tony, I'm going to get to questions in a little while. Hold them. Hold them for me. But yes, you definitely can. Um, it's self-imposed. This means it's something that you impose on yourself. That's what I said. It's like putting a boogeyman in a closet that doesn't exist, right? It's a self-imposed prison. Imagine being trapped in a prison. Like you literally put yourself behind bars and you didn't deserve to be there. That's what fear does. Now look, it keeps you from becoming what God intended you to be. God intended you guys to be great, wealthy, rich, having time freedom, being able to do the things that you want to do. But if you let fear stop you, you are literally letting it keep you from God's intentions for you. So you can't let fear stop you. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is they both feel fear, but the successful people, they feel the fear and do it anyway. That's it. That's it, y'all. Listen to me, y'all. This has come from somebody that was broke. This has come from somebody that was broke and rich. I was on both sides, right? It ain't hard. It ain't that hard. It ain't that hard to make a lot of money. Can I repeat which part? The fear part? I don't even know what I said. Which one? Fear is a self-imposed prison that will keep you from becoming what God intended you to be. Fear is a self-imposed prison that will keep you from becoming what God intended you to be. All right. Shout out to Danielle, y'all. All right, let's get one more. Let's get Dante up here. Then we going then I want to talk about 4 ways to make money in Airbnb. Then we'll do some Q&A for a little while, and then we'll let y'all go ahead and enjoy that new year. What's up, Dante?
Thanks, JD. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yep, I can hear you. What's going on?
Okay. So first of all, I really wanted to take the time out to thank you for having us. Um, I really appreciate the time taken because I do know that time must be your greatest currency, so I have to start by expressing the gratitude on behalf of not only myself but everyone else. So I
Appreciate it.
wanted
Thank
to
you.
start there, but my pleasure. So my concern is that I'm currently living in Jamaica. And for some reason, I always view things online and I think subconsciously up to think that things won't work for me as well as they will working for someone that lives in a first world country per se. So I
Mm.
just wanted to know if living in Jamaica, if there are any unseen with this business model, the real estate arbitrage, is there any obstacles in your opinion that I will face as opposed to someone being in a first world country?
Yep. So your biggest obstacle is going to be our biggest like joy. So we love to go to Jamaica and go to resorts and go to all inclusives. Right? We want to go to Ocho Rios, we want to go to the grill, we want to go to all inclusives, right? So the biggest challenge out there is finding a property in a location or finding a certain type of property that will attract, because you want to get like it's a big tourist area. So you want to find somewhere that why would a person, you want to think like this? Why would a person who's traveling to Jamaica want to stay in my property? What does it have that would make them want to choose this over a resort? Right? Like that's how I would be thinking, right? Is it near some sort of lake? Is it near like is it does it have a certain look? Like what is the attraction? What are some other things that you can do, Dante? Start thinking outside the box, right? Can you connect with a concierge team? Right? Can you connect with somebody where you say, "Hey, listen, I can help. Let's help each other make money." Okay. I'm going to have this Airbnb, right? When people come to Jamaica, they want to do excursions. They want to go ride the four wheelers. They want to visit Dunn's River. They want to do they want to go parasailing. With everybody who come in, can I pair them with you? So any activities that they need, or they need to get picked up from the airport, like what can you provide that other Airbnb hosts that have properties in Jamaica is not thinking about because they just have the property and they just let you go figure out everything on your own. But how about when they go and look at your listing, they see, hey, we have a concierge service. If you need a private chef, we have a private chef. We have round trip airport transfers, right? So think, what are some of these, these all inclusives doing? That you can do, right? So your challenge is you're competing with a lot, depending on where you're located, number one. And this is, and I'm talking based on people that are traveling to Jamaica. Now, you also have people who live in Jamaica, right? That would want to stay in an Airbnb because they're traveling throughout the country. So why would you got to also think about that? Why would people in Jamaica, like what's going to make them stand out? So like in the US, right? A lot of people will go to a place like, let's say, Florida because it's warm. They're gonna be able to go to the pool, right? That's like so. People, I'm from New York. We want to go to somewhere where it's gonna be hot. So if we travel in the states, to we're gonna go to a Miami because we want to go and go to the beach and go. So why would people in Jamaica, just like Florida, is like why would people in New York want to come here? Because they want to go swimming, because they want to do activities. So you have to think, well, Jamaica, there's pools, There's beaches, right? What is going to make somebody come here? So I'm challenging you to think outside the box. These are going to be your challenges that unlike the US, you can't just say, "Oh, let me put up an Airbnb and whoa, it's going to work," right? No, because there's there's a lot of different reasons why people travel different places. There's places that's freezing cold and people go there to go ice skating, right? And go skiing and all that stuff, right? So you got to think of what are those what is that in Jamaica? Why would people in Jamaica want to stay at my Airbnb? Like what can I bring to the table? And then how can I get those people that are traveling from outside the country to choose my Airbnb over a resort? So hopefully that makes sense. Oh, wait, you're muted again. Hold let me help you unmute. Hold on 1 second. I was trying to see, did I mute y'all? Oh, let me put it where you can unmute yourself. Hold on 1 second. All right, you could unmute now.
Yes, so I wanted to say that I was taking notes and everything that you said, it really resonated deeply with business in general. So what are the pros to what you can bring? Why, as you stated, why should someone opt to choose your location instead of maybe a five-star resort? So I am located in Kingston. I think convenience would be a good thing to start if I'm thinking in my area. So it would be convenient to go to some of the prominent places in Kingston, like near a halfway tree per se, or near the Bob Marley Museum, or near the National Stadium. So it really got me as opposed to thinking regarding resorts and beaches and pools. That would be more I'd have to start thinking about more as opposed to Montego Bay or a Negril or some places that those type of attractions lie. But in terms of the roots of Jamaica, I think I'm situated in a perfect area in Kingston because most people know Jamaica for the reggae or they know Jamaica for things like that. So thank you for that response. And I really did take a lot of notes. And once again, really want to thank you for the time and all the knowledge that you're imparting, because this is not something that you have to do. So I really wanted to show my gratitude.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, and I show my gratitude by saying, man, thank y'all for showing up because, here's the deal, man. There's a lot of people that's not going to show up. Okay. There's a lot of people that they're like, well, New Year, it's like they like pre-celebrate. Well, New Year's Eve is tomorrow. I'm like, New Year's Eve is tomorrow. And they're like, well, we ain't gonna. It's the holiday. Like, I'm preparing for tomorrow to prepare for the next day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but y'all showed up. So, shout out to y'all for taking life seriously. And let's get busy, y'all. Let's get busy. So, look, let's do a few things real quick. Let's do a few things real quick just to make sure y'all have everything that y'all need. Number one, everybody in here, you all should be in the Telegram group. Okay. Every single one of you should be in the Telegram group. If you're not, I'm going to drop the link right now. I'm going to drop the link right now just to make sure y'all all are in the Telegram group. So make sure everybody, every single one of y'all, make sure y'all join. Now, if you don't have Telegram on your phone, if you don't have Telegram on your phone, download the Telegram app. Okay. Is Leah on here? I don't think I see you. Right. So download Telegram. Let me see where she's at. Hold on 1 second. So there's the link. Make sure y'all join. I wonder where she's at. All right. Make sure. Okay, I see some of y'all joining the Telegram group. Make sure y'all in the Telegram group is where all the information, all the Zoom links is going to be happening. Remember, so the 5-day mentorship is January 19th to the 23rd. Okay, it's January 19th to the 23rd. We're going to be having several meetings throughout that time. Okay. So some of them are VIP meetings and some of them are just for general admission. Okay. So for everybody who have a free ticket, you have general, we gave you a free general admission ticket, which means for the 5 days from 7 to 8, you can attend the general coaching session. Okay. For those of you who got a VIP ticket, okay, you can come to all the VIP sessions, which is our morning mindset call. I'm gonna have Mr. Damon Dillard come on and do that, right? He's like the mentor to millionaires. So every day from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., you'll be able to meet with him. Okay. From 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock every day, we're gonna do a special Q&A call for all the VIP members because during the general session, I'm not gonna have enough time to answer questions because there's so much information we have to get through. So for those people who are in VIP, you'll get access to the VIP Q&A session as well. We also will have a bonus session. We're gonna do a bonus day speaking on co-hosting. All right, so you'll get access to the co-hosting day. And then you'll also get the recordings, which is probably one of the most important things, right? So for those of you who want access to the recordings to the event, the only people who get access to the recordings are those people who are in VIP. Okay, let me say it one more time. The only people who get access to the recordings are those people who are in VIP. So make sure that if you don't have VIP is only $47, okay? Um, just getting, like I said, just getting the recordings alone is worth $47 plus all of the bonuses that you're going to get. Plus, I'm going to be giving away during the 5 day mentorship, I'm going to be giving away 1,500 to 1,750 in cash. In order to win that, you got to be VIP. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys a chance. Let me drop that link for anybody who wants to upgrade to VIP. It's only $47. My now it's up to you, y'all. You can keep the free ticket. You're still going to get value, but you can only attend the one session from 7 to 8 every day. VIP gives you access to everything, and most importantly, gets you access to the recordings. So so my advice to you is upgrade to VIP for the $47. VIP is usually $297. So to be able to get it for $47 right now before it goes to a regular price, then you guys, I'm pretty sure you see the value. I have to stress that. Okay. All right. Last but not least. Make sure y'all save our two phone numbers. Do I have that here? Let me see something. Make sure y'all save our phone numbers. Let me see something if I have it in my other message. Um, what's this? So let's look November. November. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me see if I have this saved. Here it goes right here. I think. No, that's not it. If not, I'll just tell y'all what it is. I thought I had it saved. Yeah, I want to save our phone numbers. Where's my phone numbers at? Oh, buddy. Who wrote something? Let me see. What are y'all writing? It says, it says, how long will that price be set at? I know it's not a lot, but I'm single mom. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it until the new year. So probably like just try to get it before January 1st. I would say try to get it for. I know rent due. I know. Listen, y'all. That's why I said sometimes you just gotta find a way. If you gotta borrow it, if you got, and also I think there's some buy now pay later options. I think there's an option to split it into 4 payments too. We might have some options there. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I would just say just check. Don't count yourself out. Just check, or maybe see if somebody else can put it on a credit card for you and you pay them back. That's what I would just suggest y'all do in the meantime. Hold on, y'all. Let me find this number for y'all because I gotta get to teaching some of this stuff. So let me see if I have these numbers. If not, I'll just get it from my phone. But I thought I had a whole message written up and saved for you guys, but apparently I don't. Apparently I'm lying. All right. So yeah, so those are the numbers. Yeah. So Danielle got it right. So we're gonna say let me write it down just so I can make sure. So I don't have to worry about this next time. Let me write down these two numbers that you guys need to say, but Danielle did write down one of them. Okay. So there's gonna be two numbers that I'm gonna text you from. Okay. Two numbers. Let me just create a message. Let me create a message here. Let's put save these two numbers in your phone to receive text reminders of all coaching calls. So the first number we're going to save is all right, the first number I want you to save is, y'all ready? 618. All right, 618, 618. I'm gonna put this in the chat too. I'm writing it down. 469-0404. You're gonna save that number under Airbnb training. Airbnb training. And then you're gonna save the number that Danielle has in the chat. And you're gonna save that under. So let me tell you the number: 917 917 813. Just so I'm make sure I'm right. 0072. And you're gonna save this number under Airbnb Mentorship. Okay. The reason I want you to save these numbers is when we do the 5-day mentorship, right? When we do the actual 5-day mentorship, January 19th to the 23rd, I am going to be sending you text messages from that second number, right? So for every call that we do, morning mindset, Q&A call, the coaching call, we're going to always send. So if you guys would like to have the reminders, like you would like for me to send you a text and it says, hey, we're about to have the call, hop on right now. You need to save it. The reason you have to save it, I know some of y'all are like, well, I already know it's coming from you, because what happens sometimes is if you don't have our number saved, because we send out so many reminders, it may block it as spam. So you may not block us, but the system may pick it up and think that we're spamming you. So in order for it to say in order for the messages to not get blocked, if you have our number saved in your phone, it's going to recognize it like, oh, okay, this person must know each other, right? So make sure y'all save those two numbers. So the second number during the 5-day mentorship, that's where we're going to be texting you from leading up. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be texting you from that first number that says Airbnb training. So when I do this next week, if you want a reminder, then you need to have this saved in your phone. So save that first number, because any messages I have to give to you between now and the start of the 5-day mentorship is going to come from that first number. Okay. All right. Y'all got it? All right. Let's go over some information real quick. All right. Let's go over some information real quick. So, y'all, when you get inside this business, right? When you start this Airbnb process, a lot of people think that there's like one way to make money. But the truth is that there is a lot of ways for you guys to make money. There's a lot of ways for you guys to make money. I don't have time to go over all of them, but I do have time to go over a few. Okay. So let me put this over here. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go over a few. So we're gonna go over 4 ways to make money. Okay. Now, the first way is called midterm rentals. Okay. So midterm rentals is where instead of you right? Instead of you renting your property to people for short periods of times, like 3 days, 4 days, you rent it to them for longer periods of times. So that's like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, right? Those are midterm rentals. Now, there's many benefits of midterm rentals. One is you don't have a lot of turnover. Turnover means that every time you have a new booking, you have to have your cleaners go in, clean the unit, and get it ready for the next one. So it's less stressful. Imagine this, y'all, right? Imagine this. Imagine somebody booked your Airbnb for 3 months and you don't have to worry about it. Like for the next 3 months, you don't have to think about it, but you're getting paid like $2,500 a month. How many of y'all drop a yes in the chat if you would like that? Like if you got an Airbnb, you booked it for 3 months, you're getting paid like $2,500 a month. Let's just say your rent is $1,500 a month, and you keep 1,000, and you ain't like for 3 months. You like, well, for the next 3 months, I'm getting paid. Okay, right. So that's how midterm rental works. So let me give you an example. Right, if you look up here, right, this is a guest that I had who was buying a property. Now he initially rented my one bedroom apartment for 2 months, right? For March to May. Okay. He paid me $5,524. Now, towards the end of his stay, his property was still not ready. So he reached out to me and extended his booking for another month, paid me another $2,515. So total for 3 months, he stayed in my property and paid me $8,039. Now, how many of you would be happy if somebody rented your property and you just made $8,000 for the next 3 months? Right? So you see what I'm saying? So that is the effects of midterm rentals. Okay. You could have people like travel nurses, right? Travel nurses are traveling places. They need a place to stay, right? They on assignment for the next 3 months. You got people who work for the government that they get contracts and they contracted for the next 6 months. They need a place to stay. So if you a person that you come in here, you say, JD, I like Airbnb, but I don't want to just have people staying in my property for 2 days and 3 days. I want to get people that's going to stay in for 4 months, 5 months. Okay. Then you may want to think about midterm rentals. Can I give you another bonus? Can I give you another bonus? Right? Student rentals is another good thing. Imagine you get a nice two-bedroom apartment near a college campus, right? And you got these college kids that want to stay off campus. The kids are bougie nowadays, y'all. It's a little different. When I was growing up and I went to college, we stayed in the dorms. But these kids, they want their own apartments. So imagine you find two freshmen and you rent the apartment to them and you charge them per semester. But they're freshmen and they're going to be there for the next 4 years. So what if you got paid every semester for the next 4 years while these kids are in college, right? So that's actually going in. You may be thinking, well, JD, isn't that long-term rental? No, not really, because you're doing it per semester. Every semester is a few months, right? So your bookings is like they're really midterm rentals, and they can rebook with you if they want. But they don't have to. They could actually go somewhere else. But y'all know most people they're gonna want to keep their apartment. Okay, they getting NIL money. Yep. Oh, that's right. These athletes too. They bougie. That's midterm rental. So that's one strategy to making money. All right. Let's talk about another way. Short-term rentals. So short-term rentals is the one that most people know about. Okay. This is where guests stay in your property for short periods of times instead of long periods of times. So now your guests are going to stay there for 2 days, 5 days, 4 days, etc. Right? So what are the benefits of short-term rentals? Now, the reason I personally love short-term rentals is because it gives you an opportunity to make a lot of money. Okay. How can you make a lot of money? You charge fees. Okay. They don't tell you about all the extra money that you're going to make just off of the fees that you charge. So let me give you an example, right? Let's just say, let's just say Danielle has an Airbnb and she's charging $50 an hour for early check-in or late checkout. And let's say just 10 times out the whole month, just 10 times out the whole month, somebody said, "Hey, can I get 2 hours of early check-in or late checkout?" You would have made an extra $1,000 on top of what you charge per night. Somebody type extra in the chat. You can use an extra $1,000 per month. Okay. So, so, so that's $1,000 extra. Now, let's just say Dante is charging for parking. Dante is like, listen, it's $25 a night for parking. And let's say only half of the month, 15 nights, somebody said, yes, I need parking, right? You would have made an extra $375, right? If y'all wouldn't mind making an extra $375 on top of, remember, this is on top of what you charge per night. This is just extra. Somebody type extra. And if you serious, do like Michelle did and put some extra A's on the end of that extra. All right. Now let's just say Yvette, right? Yvette charges a cleaning fee of $100. But let's say her cleaner only charges her $75 to clean the unit. Okay. That means every time she gets a booking, she's going to make $25. Okay. So let's say if she got 10 bookings for the month, 10 times $25, Yvette just made an extra $250. Okay. So imagine y'all doing all these together. Okay. That's the 1,000. That's over $1,500 extra just from the fees that you charge. People always like, JD, how did you make $1 million? Because we charged our fees, y'all. We charge our fees. So don't be afraid to charge your fees. All right. So the second way is short-term rental. How many of y'all? All right, look at drop a one in the chat if you would like to do midterm rentals. Drop a one in chat if you like JD. I'm liking this midterm rental game. The first one I talked about. Drop one in the chat. Drop a two in the chat if you like JD. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that short-term rental. I'm feeling those short-term rentals. Now, y'all, you don't have to do one or the other. You can do everything that I'm sharing with you. You can do all of them at the same time. So look, Alicia said three. I need both. Come on, somebody talk to me tonight. Let me give y'all success principle from this book, right? So, Seekers of the Millionaire Mind. Seekers of the Millionaire Mind. Wealth file number 12. Rich people think both, poor people think one or the other. Seekers, if y'all haven't read this book, pretty good book to read. Seekers of the Millionaire Mind. In here, he goes over 17 wealth files. Wealth file number 12 says, rich people think both, poor people think one or the other. Come on now. Shout out to you. All right. Keep it moving. Number 3, co-hosting. Now, this is like game changer. Co-hosting is basically when you get paid to run other people's Airbnbs for them. Okay? So, the good thing about co-hosting is that you don't have to use your credit. JD, how? Why don't because they already have the property. So there's nothing for you to apply for. So you don't use any of your credit. So if you have, but JD, oh my God, I really want to do this, but my credit is not good. That's how, in my head, that's how you sound when you give me your excuses. No, no, I can't do it. I don't got good credit. You can do co-hosting. Okay? But JD, oh no, no, I can't. But for my life is different. No, no, no. You can do co-hosting. Okay. You don't need any money. JD, how can I do this without using any money? Because the host, the person who has it, they use the money. They pay their rent, they pay for all the furniture, they pay for all the supplies. You're just getting paid to run the property for them. No, but JD, I still like to have my own money. Come on now. Y'all stop making it. Don't come up to me at the next family reunion talking about, oh, JD, I just don't know how to start. I told you. I told you how to do it without no money, no credit. That means you ain't want to get no money in 2026. You ain't want to get no money. You ain't want to get no money in 2026. I already told you about co-hosting. Now look, watch this. One of my guys that y'all gonna meet, he went from having 0 Airbnbs to 40 Airbnbs that he co-hosted. 40 that he did not own. And in 3+ years, he has not stepped foot in any one of those Airbnbs. In 3+ years, he has not stepped foot in any one of those Airbnbs. JD, how is that? Because there's something called automation, which I'll teach you. I might teach you that next week, right? There's something called automation where there's systems that you can put in place. There's apps that you can use where you can run the property without having to physically be there, okay? So co-hosting, for all of you who's like, JD, I really want to start this journey, but I don't know how to come up with the money. I don't have enough money. Now, y'all, by the way, to launch an Airbnb, the average 1-bedroom apartment is going to take you anywhere from $3,000 to about $6,000 to start, depending on your location, right? That's including your furniture, your first month rent, your deposit, your app fee, your admin fee, like your supplies, everything that you need. The average Airbnb is going to cost from $3,000 to $6,000. You don't have to spend all of that at once, okay? It's going to happen over time, but over time, you're gonna spend $3,000 to $6,000. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. Okay. All right, number 4. Let's do one more. Then we're gonna do some Q&A, and then we're gonna then I'll tell you what we're gonna cover next week, and then we'll do some then we'll wrap it up. So last one is referrals. Now this is another real easy one that most people have no idea about. Okay. Airbnb says if you refer somebody to our platform and they become a host, we will pay you anywhere from $100 to $900 for every single person that you refer. Okay. If you refer somebody to Airbnb I refer Byron. Byron's like, hey man, I'm about to launch my first Airbnb. I give Byron my link, right? So y'all look at the screen, right? This is my link right here. I give Byron my link. If Byron uses it, Airbnb will pay me anywhere from 1 to 900. Now, as you guys see, when I took this screenshot 2 years ago, Airbnb said, JD, we're going to give you $600 for everybody you refer. At the time I took the screenshot 2 years ago, Airbnb had already paid me out $8,832 simply because I gave people my link when they wanted to start their Airbnb business. Drop a four in the chat if you wouldn't mind making some extra money just because people used your link. Okay. So y'all, I'm telling y'all, here's why I'm sharing this with y'all. There are there are so many ways to make money, and that there's still more. There's still more ways to make money. Okay. But I'm just telling y'all, it's not just one way to make money. There's a lot of money to be made in this business. The thing is, you just got to know. Okay. So next week we about to go into Q&A, y'all. We got to go to Q&A. So next Thursday, y'all. So I did it today. I did it today because Thursday is New Year's Day, and I know y'all gonna be acting funny. But JD, I'm cooking collard greens tonight, and I ain't got time to jump on because it's New Year's Day. And why are you doing it on New Year's Day anyway? Well, I thought you said it was a new year, new you. That's why. But I get it. I get it. So I did it today. So, but we usually do this on Thursday. So for the next 2 Thursdays, okay, and hopefully y'all save the numbers because I'm about to send y'all a text, right? For the next 2 Thursdays, I'm going to be doing this same kind of meeting, but I'm going to be teaching different things. So next week, I'm going to show you guys the 5 steps to launching your first Airbnb. How many of y'all drop a five in the chat if you want to know that? I'm literally going to tell you these are the 5 things you need to do to successfully launch your first Airbnb property. Okay. Well, JD, why are you teaching us all this stuff before the 5 day mentorship? Because I'm telling you, when we get to the 5 days, y'all gonna be like, oh my God, it's so much. Like you're gonna be getting so much value. I want to make sure that you have everything that you need. Okay. So if you miss these meetings, that's on you. Don't be coming to me. Don't be coming to me like JD, but no, 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 no. All right. All right. So next week, 5 steps to launch your first Airbnb. And then the week after that, I'll let y'all know once we get close to the date what we're gonna cover. Okay. So, did y'all get value? Did y'all get value from that? Did y'all get drop a yes in the chat? If y'all got value from that quick session, right? All right, let's do this. Let's do some Q&A real quick. If you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand, and we'll get a few of y'all to come here and ask some questions, and then we'll wrap it up. So, let's go ahead, Byron.
Hey, what's going on?
Yep.
So I know this may be a fairly rhetorical question. So as far as like the short term and the rental, like as far as like the pricing, does the price is the price automatically set or that's kind of something that you come up with on your own?
Now, you can price it whatever you want. Now, pricing is so important though, y'all, because what you want to do is you want to when before you launch your Airbnbs, I hope y'all taking notes. Before you launch your Airbnb, I want you to take the address of where your Airbnb is going to be at, and I want you to put it into Airbnb as if you was looking for a place to stay, right? Like you was about to be a guest. And I want you to see what are other people in your area charging, right? Now make sure that they have a similar unit to yours. If you have a 3 bedroom townhouse, look for other people who have 3 bedroom homes, right? If you have a 1 bedroom apartment, look for other people who have 1 bedroom apartments and see approximately what are they charging. And you want to charge around what they are charging. I would say if you're just starting out, charge a little bit less than everybody else because then you're going to get more bookings. But the importance of having more bookings is that means you're going to get more reviews. Reviews build know, like, and trust, right? So now when other people go to book your unit, they can read the reviews and say, oh, look at this. I like Byron. He always responds. People are saying that he had a nice and clean unit. People are saying that the decor looked really good, right? So now once you get a lot of reviews, right now you have no like and trust factor. Now you can raise your prices above what everybody else is charging because you have reviews to back you up. All right. But
And
charge whatever you want though.
I got you. And one more question.
Mhm.
All right, so as far as like the co-hosting, how do you go about that whole process if I wanted to click on your link and decide to run your Airbnb? Like, would I have to like put flyers out?
Yeah, so you can use any general strategies that you want to do to attract hosts. Like you can join, like one thing that I would do if I was you, like I would look at the top cities where Airbnb makes the most money, and then I would join Facebook groups in that city, right?
Mm,
Airbnb Facebook groups, and then I would promote, but I would make sure that I look professional. I would get a professional flyer done. I would get things that look professional so people want to work with you. And then I would just let them know, hey, if there's any people in here that you're busy, you want to save time, you don't want to deal with the headaches of responding to guests and making sure that your unit is running the right way and make sure the cleaners are there, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I am willing to be a co-host, and I am not only going to be able to run your property for you, but I'm going to be able to increase the profits. Remember, people are looking like you gotta. People are looking for. People always want to know what's in it for me. That's what people want to know. Well, what do I get? Like, why should I let you run my Airbnb? Now, if you tell me you're going to help me make more money and you're going to save me time so I don't have to run it, I'm in. That makes sense. That's
makes
why
sense.
I would pay you money if because the benefit is you telling me that I'm not going to have to spend my time doing it and you're going to increase the amount of money that I make. I'm in every time. Right. So that's one way. Another thing y'all can do, write this down, family. I'm giving y'all some game. Write this down. Co-hostmarket.com co-hostmarket.com. Okay. When you go there, you're gonna put co-host, right? And then there's gonna be a list of all Airbnb hosts from all around the country that are looking for people like you to run their property for them. Okay. So if you go to co-hostmarket.com, let me make sure I'm saying it right. Co-hostmarkets.com. Oh, is it co-host mark? Wait, is it co-host markets? Co-host markets. Let's try markets.com. Hold on, y'all. Why is that coming up? Hold on one second. I mean, I spelled it wrong. Co-host. Well, I keep getting an error. Is that my computer? Let's try this. www.cohost. Hmm, interesting. Co-host markets. Let's try with an S. I don't know if it's my. You getting errors, y'all? That's weird. Let me see. Typo is co-host. Check if there's a typo. Okay, let's see. Let me put in Google. Co-host market. Um, did they change the name? No, is this it right here? Hold on. Let's see what this say. I keep getting the error. They might have changed their name, y'all. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna find what it is. I seen something that said uplist, uplisting, Airbnb managed platform, the third party, yeah. Leading marketplace for. Yeah, there's an error. There's an error message. So I don't know if it's like something going on with the site. Um, because I thought I was tripping, but I ain't tripping. So there's definitely an error going on. Okay. So what I'll do is, yeah, when I figure it out, I'll put it in Telegram. If not, just remind me next week. But I'll figure it out for y'all. I'll figure it out. I just want to make sure they don't have like a new website or something. But
All right.
just, huh?
No, I was saying okay.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have questions? Questions? Raise your hand, y'all. Raise your hand. Tony, let's get Tony up here.
Hey, so hi again. I had put my question in the chat earlier. You had said for me
Okay.
to hold on to it about whether I could do Airbnbs in other countries.
Oh, yep. So yeah, of course. Like, so one of the big ones that we have somebody that help you guys with is Tulum. And the thing I like about other countries is that they don't take credit like serious like we do here in the US, right? So like in Tulum, you don't need any credit. Okay, you don't need any credit to do Airbnb. As long as you have the money, they're gonna let you do it. Okay. Also, the other thing I love about a lot of these other countries is that the units already comes furnished. The units already comes furnished. So that's another good thing. So imagine getting an Airbnb and not having to pay for furniture. Get an Airbnb and not having to pay for furniture. So that's another benefit. Okay. So
Okay, awesome.
yeah, you can definitely do it. You can live here. What you want to pay attention to though, what you want to pay attention to is the taxes. Okay. So you don't want, so if you have an Airbnb account in the US, you are liable to be taxed in the US and in the other country. So there's ways around it. Like I know one thing that we do is we'll have our students get a property manager in that company and have the property manager create the account under their name. Okay. And then you'll have like, different Visa cards that they give you. So the payments go straight to your account. So there's ways around that. So you're not double taxed. Okay.
Hmm.
So you
Okay,
want to
that's
make sure
good
you
to
pay
know.
attention to that. Yep.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, all right. If you have a question, go ahead and raise your hand. Raise your hand. Let me go ahead and grab something in the meantime. And until somebody raise your hand, yeah, I want to give away some money. Can I give away some money this week? All right. I want to do a giveaway and I want to do some give away some money. So let's go ahead and let's get Danielle up here first. Then I'm gonna tell you about the giveaway, then we're gonna wrap it up. Okay. Uh Go ahead, Danielle.
So my quick question is, okay, at the status that you are now, when you get
Mhm.
Airbnb, when you get these rental properties, are you like taking the rent off for your like paying it out at the status you are now? Like, do you think it's a good idea to like just go ahead and pay that rent out for the oh okay.
For the year,
I was
six
just
months?
thinking, yeah, for the
Nope.
year. So
Of
how do
course.
but my mind is thinking like, okay, we had COVID, we had that big reset for COVID, right? And so,
Mhm.
like, how do we like properly ensure our businesses, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, in the
Yeah.
wake of something similar,
This is a
with
great
COVID.
question. Let me give y'all some advice. And this is that you can use this in other like you can use it in other arenas too. But let me answer the second part first. There is not really any you can't really insure it, right? I mean,
Mhm.
that's the beauty and risk of business, right? Is you don't know, right? You can't guess that COVID will happen. Now, there may be people out there that's like, well, what if COVID happens again? I'm not going to start right now. I'm not going to start because COVID may happen again. Now, COVID may never happen again for
Right.
the or something like that may not happen for the next 10 years. So if you came in this game and you made money for the next 10 years and then COVID happened, you still made money for the last 10 years, right? We'll worry about that when we get there. So don't let that stop you. But is it possible? Yes, right. But this is why we just prepare ourselves, right? The most that you can do is you want to make sure that right? So I teach my students how to figure out how much profit they will potentially make before they get a property, before you sign a lease, before you fill out an application to a building, right? We teach you how to run it. We teach you an equation to figure out, okay, cool. If I get an Airbnb in this property where the rent is about this much, I should be making this amount of money per month, right? So that's you doing your due diligence. Okay. Now, why, even at the stats that I have, and even if any of you have money, right? Why would I not pay rent for the whole year? Let's do two scenarios and let's make it as simple as possible. Let's just say, let's just say, right, rent, let's make it easy. Let's just say rent is $2,000 a month, right? Rent is $2,000 a month. And first scenario is you pay for 12 months straight, right? You pay for the whole 12 months. So now you just paid $24,000. You paid $24,000. So you ain't got to worry about it. It's already paid. So for the rest of the year, you're just making money. Okay. Now, scenario B is I didn't pay the $24,000 for the year. I instead I paid $2,000 And I took the other $22,000 and I went and got two more Airbnbs at $5,000 each. Right. So out of 22,000, I went and got two more Airbnbs at $5,000 each. Okay. So now I got three Airbnbs that I'm paying rent month to month. You got one Airbnb that's paid off for the whole year. Now, let's say our profits are the same, $1,000. You're making $1,000 a month in profit, and you don't have to worry about it because you already paid off your rent, right? For the whole year. I'm making $3,000 a month. So by the time the end of the year comes, I made $36,000 and you made 12. And all I did was I took the money that I made, I paid my rent every month, and I just kept the difference. But I used the capital that I have, and instead of dumping it all into this one property, I used it to, remember what I said, y'all, scale up fast. Y'all, here's the secret. Here's what here's a big mistake that a lot of people make. They get lump sums of money and they do things like pay off all their credit cards. Well, you know what? It's my tax time. I got $10,000 in credit debt. Let me pay the whole $10,000. Well, guess what? You're gonna eventually use it again, and then you're gonna do the same thing next year, right? Instead of doing that, take the $10,000, find a way to use that $10,000 to bring in more income, and then use that money to pay off the bills. So when the bill is paid off, you still have the extra income coming in, right? So it's the same thing with this. The big mistake that you could make is, well, I'm just going to pay off. I'm going to pay off the whole thing right now. No, use the money to get more. Like, look, if this, test the property for the next 2 months. If it's making you money, instead of paying off the rent for the whole year, just go get two more properties just like this one. Yeah. So now you can be making 3 times the money. Does that make sense? So never do that, y'all. Don't don't. If you don't, unless it's like you have horrible credit and the only way they're gonna let you get this Airbnb is if you pay off several months at one time. Outside of that, don't just do it just because you have it. It won't make sense.
Great answer. Thanks.
Thank you. Let's see. How you deal with inquiries if you start at a fast pace with multiple units? Sorry, I'm dropping. Nah, no problem. It's easy. Like, look, it's first come, first serve. If whoever book first, they win. That's it, right? You ain't Airbnb handles all that. So don't think this is something where y'all not handling the bookings. That's why I love Air. You are getting an apartment or a house, putting furniture in it, creating a listing, and then Airbnb is doing the rest. Once your property is booked, nobody else can book it those days. If you get people who inquire, because some people can also request and say, hey, I want to book your property from this date to this date, right? If you have multiple inquiries, take the one that's going to give you the most money. So if somebody's looking to book from Monday to Wednesday, and somebody else is looking to book from Monday to Saturday, take the one that's going to book from Monday to Saturday, right? Just accept their approval. And it's easy as an accept and a deny, right? So Yvette, you ain't even gonna have to worry about that. That's simple, okay? Become an Airbnb co-host. Made this link for co-hosting site for Airbnb. Hope this helps. Shout out. Thank you. Appreciate that. No, I want to get multiple units and they run my credit multiple times. How do you deal with multiple inquiries? Okay, I get it. But that was the answer for the other part. So what Yvette was asking is, if I want to get multiple units and they're going to run my credit multiple times, the only way that's going to happen is if you attempt to get it in multiple and if you attempt to get multiple units all in different buildings at one time. That's the only way that happens. So if you want to get multiple units in one building, they only need to run your credit one time. Okay. But if you are looking to get, let's say you're looking to get 5 Airbnbs all in different buildings, yes, they're gonna run your credit 5 different times. Right. Now, if you are getting Airbnb now and then another one 3 months from now, right? Yep, they're gonna run your business. They're gonna run your credit. And it's just like applying for an apartment. So yes, they will run your credit. So what you want to do is there's two things that you can do. Number one is try to get multiple units at one time in the same place, right? It's going to be one inquiry. Number two is the best thing that you can do is you can start doing corporate leasing. Corporate leasing. There you go. Right. So if you do a corporate lease, you put the property into your business name and not your personal name. If you do a residential lease, you're putting the property in your personal name. So you want to go ahead and create a LLC or a corporation, and then you want to apply for the properties in your business name. So when you contact these buildings, you say, hey, y'all, I have a business where I provide housing to business professionals who travel for work, right? When you tell them that, you are going to simply ask them, can you do a corporate lease? And you'll be good. Okay. All right. It's like getting the car from the dealer on fleet. Okay. So just got it. Next question, the LLC route. Yep. Of course. Of course. All right. Let's do Dante. Then we're going to wrap it up. I got to jump on another meeting.
Okay. Thanks once again. So the business model, I have been listening, and it sounds like it's heavily associated or it's dependent mostly on your credit. Is that solely so, or that's just one route of actually getting the properties using a credit, as opposed to using cash just to pay for the rent, like to get the agreement with the person and paying cash as opposed to depending on credit, if
I'm
that
not,
makes
I'm
sense.
not, I didn't understand the question.
So, all right, in a country like mine where credit is not really a big thing, so everyone
Right.
doesn't really tries to build credit. As personally, I don't even have a credit card. I have debit cards, but I don't have a credit card because it's
Okay.
not so prominent. So the question is it solely dependent on your credit to receive these properties, or there's a next route where you can just negotiate with a person that has a property per se and pitch them to rent me the property and find a way to get
Yeah.
an agreement so I can use the property for the Airbnb.
Yeah, so that, like I said, that like in your country, the credit is not going to be as important as it is in the U.S. Trying to get on the U.S., um, they're going to run 99% of people is going to run your credit. Even private landlords are going to run your credit, right? The way that you avoid using your credit is doing it in countries that do not focus on credit or doing co-hosting. Okay, that's the way to get around using your credit.
All right, makes sense, makes sense.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Last one. Question. Do you see issues with new do you see issues with new developments allowing rentals versus established older buildings? I'm in Central Florida and lots of hotels, etc., are being built and wondering if they think they'll be difficult to get units in because they are new. No. A lot of the new buildings are becoming Airbnb friendly buildings. So Airbnb friendly buildings are buildings that partner with Airbnb and they allow people like you to go rent an apartment and do Airbnb. So nope, I don't see that being an issue at all. Not at all. Okay. All right, y'all. So, real quick, y'all. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna announce it to y'all first. I'm gonna give y'all a head start before I do the official announcement. I'm gonna give y'all a head start before I do the official announcement. Okay. So y'all got between today and next Thursday, between today and next Thursday. So I'm gonna give out $500 on Thursday. $500. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give $300 to the person who's the top referrer, who refers the most people, and then I'm gonna raffle off $100 to two other people. Does that make sense, y'all? So we're gonna do a challenge to where I'm explaining this in a second, where you guys get to refer other people to the free 5-day mentorship. The person who refers the most people between now and next Thursday, I'm going to automatically give you $300, right? Cash App, Zelle, whatever you want, right? The other $200, I'm gonna pull up a will, right? And I'm gonna put all of your names. Anybody who makes a referral, I'm gonna put your name in the will, and then I'm gonna raffle off $100 two times, right? So how does it work? For everybody that you refer, you're gonna get one raffle entry. So if you refer 5 people, you get 5 raffle entries. If you refer 12 people, you get 12 raffle entries, right? Um, and basically, so the person who refers the most people, you automatically win. And we're still going to put your names, that of all the people you refer, we're still going to put them names in a raffle too, so you have a chance to win again. Okay. So how do you refer people? Well, number one, you're going to take the link that you use to register. So here's the link, y'all. Here's the link. Here's the link. Well, I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do, so y'all follow along. Everybody, copy this link down. Copy it real quick, because y'all gonna need to send this out. Now, if I was y'all, I would start doing this today. Listen to me, y'all. We are going into a new year. There are a lot of people that they are ready to take their life to the next level, right? They're ready. They're looking for something. Okay. My goal is to get this information in front of as many people as possible. Like, I really want to start the year off when we do this event. Like, I want to have the biggest event that I've ever done. That's my goal. I want to have the biggest event that I've ever done, and I need your help. Okay, you help me, I'll reward you. Okay, so all you're gonna do is you're gonna take that link, text your friends, text your family members. Now, can you send out a blast? Of course you can send out a blast, right? Of course you can. But it's going to be better if you make it more personal. Even if you send out a blast, let them know what's happening. Hey, listen, I'm joining this 5-day mentorship, right? Where I'm going to learn about doing Airbnb without purchasing a property. They said I can invite somebody, and I wanted to invite you, right? I wanted to invite you, right? I know that you want to have a good 2026, right? Take this link. Now, here's what y'all need to do, y'all. Tell them to register, join the Telegram group, and when they join the Telegram group, they have to go in and say that you referred them. So Danielle sends me a message. Hey, JD, I'm joining this 5-day mentorship about Airbnb. They allow me to refer somebody, and I thought of you. So I want to send you a free ticket. Do me a favor, JD. Register. They're gonna send you a link to join the Telegram group. I need you to join the Telegram group and say that I invite you. Just go in there and say Danielle Hughes invited me, so they know that you came from me, right? So they don't kick you out the group. They need to know that you're my guest, that you okay. Okay. Right? And just do that. Okay. That's it, right? Y'all can write that message out if you want. Make it as short as possible. Send it out to all your friends, all your family members. But I want you to really think, who do you know in your life that really has been talking about changing? Who do you know in their life that's been talking about starting a business? Who do you know in your life that's like complaining about their jobs or always complaining about money? Who do you know in your life that's been talking about starting another business, or who has mentioned Airbnb? Any of that type of stuff, okay? So anybody you refer, just make sure they go in the chat and say your name. Now, as a group, here's the only other part. Here's the last part. As a group, between now and next Thursday, as a group, y'all have to get a total of 30 people. So I don't care if Dante get 5 and Byron gets 7 and Tony gets 3 and CEO LLC gets 2, right? As a group, collectively, y'all have to get 30. So y'all doing this on your own, and you have a group goal. Okay. So that's it, y'all. Who gonna win the money? Who gonna win the money? I want to know who finna win this money. I mean, y'all, here's the truth. You're referring people to a free event. It ain't hard. Just make sure you let them know the only way that you can get credit is if they come into the Telegram chat and say that you invited them. Okay. So I'm gonna do it this week. Now, here's the crazy thing, y'all. I'm telling y'all this. I ain't even announced it yet. I'm gonna do it the week after that too. So all of the ones that you refer this week, all the raffle entries you get, I'm gonna leave it in for the next week after that. So let's say if you refer 15 people this week, and then next week you refer 7. Well, you're gonna have 15 plus 7. You got 22 injuries. Hopefully that math is right because I did that fast. That don't even sound right. 15 plus 7. Oh yeah, 22, 22. Yeah, yeah. I ain't been in school in a little while. But anyway, y'all get the point. All right. So I look forward to sending y'all some money. The week after that, we gonna add some more money on top of it. Okay. So we gonna make it build up. So we're gonna help y'all win some money. All right, y'all. So let's see. I'm gonna be looking in the chat. Make sure y'all writing in the Telegram. Make sure y'all are having your people who you referred go in the Telegram and let them know that you referred them, and we'll be in there keeping track. Y'all started now. Started tonight. Let's get busy. All right, y'all. Everybody have a great night. I'll talk to y'all soon.